But the two combined for 9 3-pointers against the Bears.
One of the big things that Kansas needs to do in this game is rebound. They've got to help David McCormick inside, and everybody's got to get to the glass.
Sounds like a noisy small crowd in Lawrence tonight. Kansas comes in 17-8 on the season, ranked 17th. And right now, Joe Lunardi's got him projected as a 4 seed as McCormick scores again. Big 12 in made threes per game.
Little floppy set for Davion Mitchell, but Jalen Wilson right there on the catch. Yeah, I think he's in pretty good shape. But
yeah,
I think Bill Self in these red uniforms honoring the 1952 Kansas National Championship team that Dean Smith played on for Fog Allen. I think he's got to be very pleased. McCormick is having a terrific year. There gets terrific. And that's usually a rebound on the offensive end that Jonathan Tchamwa-Tchatchoua would come up with, but he didn't look like himself on that one play. An offensive rebound opportunity, and certainly not making excuses for Baylor. Just didn't look like him. But Kansas, another great defensive stop. Son getting down court and establishing himself in the corner. The skip pass, he's ready to shoot, and a mid-range player. And coming off a very good game against Texas, he had 11 points, went 5 for 6 from the field.
Yeah, 11 points, his conference high. Great feed, and Thamba with a flush.
Of the season. And one of the great things about big guys, make yourself available.
But you and I have been fortunate enough to do so many games there. When they've got 16,300 in there, pre-COVID, and hopefully post-COVID again at some point, it's vital scores.
Automatic. Used to play for the Presbyterian Blue Hose.
That's right. A 7-0 run for the Bears, and a turnover, and a Mitchell 3 to give Baylor the lead. In transition for Mitchell and the Bears. They've got a busy week ahead of them because of their COVID pause. They've got a few rescheduled games. Again, Kansas is done with their conference games, added a game against UTEP just so they didn't have too much time off before the Big 12 tournament. Boy, a lot of Garrett dribbling, looking for somebody to pass to. Finds Wilson from the baseline and tipped back up and in somehow.
So difficult to get the shot you want against Baylor with their length and versatility on defense.
How about a beautiful give and go between Vital and Teague.
By Maceo Teague. Boy, how about that screen by McCormick?
And then how about that pass from McCormick and a chance for a 3-point play.
McCormick, because he can roll a smaller defender down into the post. But there's a lot of defensive versatility on this Baylor team.
Garrett going right at Tchamwa-Tchatchoua, and Kansas leads by 4.
The National Defensive Player of the Year, the Naismith Award winner. But when he has a matchup that he can drive, I think he should.
Schmitz, ESPN NBA draft analyst. You know what nobody's ever said about us, Jay? Our maturity is very impressive. Nobody comes on TV and talks about us.
Why would they?
Way.
While we were discussing the pro prospects, Flo Thamba has had a big impact in the last few plays, and getting that second foul. Now he picks up a foul that I'm saying it on a block on that drive by Marcus Garrett. This was creating offense off of its defense. It was playing ahead of the Texas defense. In the second half, it was 5-on-5, and it was advantage Texas the whole 20 minutes. It's when you swipe.
Flagler, the redshirt sophomore, the transfer from Presbyterian. Tristan Enaruna getting some run here late in the first half. Has it. Double teams who had good days. Xavier with a big win over Creighton today. We talked about North Carolina. They beat Florida State today. Louisville in overtime. And there are a lot of teams checking around at other bubble teams and seeing how they're doing right now.
Boy, a terrific drive by Christian Brown. The spin back, and that's where Cryer's got to stand in there. But you don't have to hang on to an undefeated season like it's made of platinum or something.
McCormick follows up the miss by Garrett, and he's got a game-high 16. Last foul was on David McCormick, his third. He stays in the game, at least for now, and the 3 will go down for Ochai Agbaji. Kansas now up by 7.
Defensively on that possession, especially on Jared Butler. They've not let Jared Butler breathe in this game.
Wilson with a turnaround, and Jalen Wilson gets it back to an 8-point lead. Mark Vital are also on that list.
It was hard to quarrel with that list of semifinalists for the National Defensive Player of the Year award. What a block by Lightfoot. Man, the quarrel with not being on there was probably Jeremiah Robinson Earl, but maybe you can quarrel that Mitch Lightfoot wasn't on it after that block. What a heck of a block to pin that with the right hand. Good strength. You don't get a layup that wide open in halftime warmups.
Teague again. Knocks it down and a foul.
In a row, this one just drifting along the baseline as Davion Mitchell was penetrating. Just a terrific job to find the opening and stay in the vision of the passer, and just a bad mistake defensively by
stave off Baylor and hang on to this lead.
And an impressive answer when Baylor had made some plays, and Harris knocking down the three. What a contribution. You wouldn't get a ton of argument if you made it an all Gonzaga team.
Well, we talked about MaCio Teague being a finalist, one of the 5 finalists for the Jerry West Award. We mentioned Joel Ayayi's on that list. So an All-America candidate, the leading scorer on the team at better than 17 a game, is finally on the score sheet for Butler with his first bucket, and Kansas goes right down the other end. Round and out for Butler, but the offensive rebound to Teague. Tough one. And it goes.
MaCio Teague has made tough ones.
And Bedlam round 2. Oklahoma State in overtime today won the game this afternoon in Norman against the Sooners, and they'll have a rematch in Stillwater.
If this is the end of his Allen Fieldhouse career, what a way to end it.
A big night for the Jayhawks. Baylor loses for the first time all season. That means there is only one unbeaten team in college basketball.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.